Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas YouTube! This is Thongger and today I'm bringing you my Christmas themed-ish special, not really, nothing special about this game in general, it's just a normal game. Quite a fun game in my opinion. Anyway, this game is taking place on the August Desert Gate and it is another 3v3 game between me and some various other people. For those of you unfamiliar with the map, let's have a look-see here. My frame is slightly choppy. Okay, so we have the majority of the power nodes down in the southern channel here. We have the majority of the victory nodes down in the middle, and we have a mix of the two. Up top we have one victory point and 2 power nodes. Let's have a look at the players, and of course there is me sporting my horrible metallic Christmas colors with my grim Inquisitor. Yes, so this is my bright green and bright red armies. This is my Christmas themed Imperial Guard army, and my opponent is J-Cow. He is playing as the Black Space Marines with the Force Commander, and we have Seraky playing as the Black Chaos Lord with, yes, Black Chaos Lord. Now on the red team we have Kyn, who is playing as the Black Eldar. I think he's sporting the Ufway DLC. If not, correct me and forgive me. And we have Verinoxx playing as the purple Tyranid. He has the Lictor Alpha. So, and then up here we have another semi-Christmas themed army. We have Danger Mouse playing as a disgusting and putrid Chaos Plague champion. So let's get things kicked off right here. Alright, so right off the bat I am gonna swing north over here. Yeah, not much happening at this point in time. Chaos Lord just absolutely plowing through all these poor rocks. They don't stand a chance. Both teams just sprinting into position right off the bat. We have J-Cow sending his Force Commander up north to lend me support. Very kind of him, but it looks that like no, the Lictor Alpha is going for the middle point, it seems. So I'm just capping here, and J-Cow is going to send his Force Commander forward. I've gone for a Sentinel and I'm pulling out a second Guardsman squad. J-Cow has gone for Attack Marine squad. We have Chaos Tags, we have Banshees, we have 2 Timbergaunts, and we have Chaos Space Marines, and my Christmas themed Sentinel is plowing forward over here, sporting all the red and green livery of the Christmas spirit. So anyway, I do spot the Chaos Marines charging forward over here, so I'm just gonna duck back a bit over here. I don't want my Sentinel getting pummeled. The Lictor Alpha is actually sneaking forward, completely unaware, catching us unawares. So I'm just gonna send my Guardsmen forward to do what good Guardsmen are meant to do, get shot at. Well, the Force Commander charges forward. Unfortunately, the Attack Marines do get hold up in this building over here, and while they're holding up the Lictor Alpha, and the whole Tyranid horde decides to come over to make the common stompers over here. The scouts are taking a huge amount of damage over here, and we do have lots of damage. I do get a war stomp off, but my Sentinel is trying to take a lot of fire from all these Thermogons. I do have Guardsmen retreating over here. Force Commander still plowing it out with these cultists, swinging his chainsaw and tearing them a new one. But my Guardsmen are sort of retreating over here. So I did lose some Guardsmen, but the Tactical Marines and my Sentinel are still fighting strong. My Inquisitor is giving chase. On the southern side, my Seraky is pushing forward, pushing back these Eldar, taking a few losses but doing well. I did force back the Lictor Alpha over here, and now my Sentinel, I did horribly overextend my Sentinel. Now it's really getting hammered by concentrated range fire, and it's not going to get out there. It goes down in a heap, and we have to give up ground on the north side. So I was a bit annoyed there, sloppy micro on my part, but fortunately for us, Seraky is picking up the slack on my part and has his cultists tearing into this power node and his Chaos Lord pummeling it with his Storm Bolter over here. So doing some good damage there. I think he did pull back with his Chaos Tax. Yes, he needed to heal him up, but he has a second squad of Chaos Tax coming, and I do have my Catachans appearing on the field as well. So they're going to be quite useful with dealing with that annoying Lictor Alpha. But they are hammering our generators over here. This squad of Chaos Marines and the Plague Champion doing some good damage to our generators, so they're going to wreck that generator nice and proper. I managed to wreck this one generator over here, but my team a bit behind on the power game. We have 22 power income to 29 power income over here, but we are pushing forward in force over here. And I do have my Catachans on the field in that bright green non-camouflagey combat kit. So I'm gonna push forward with my guardsmen first, and we do have these chaos tags just lingering about, quite a significant enemy force over here. So we're just gonna push forward over here. The plague champion is gonna hold himself up in here. I think I'm gonna get my Catachans to pump a bundle of grenades in. Yes, I do hit the hub building with grenades, but plague champion manages to evade just in time, so lucky for him. Now my ally is pushing forward up the right side, so I'm gonna bring up the center with my hordes of guardsmen over here. The plague champion is using his mucus discharge very well to keep himself alive and to keep his squad sealed up. So when my ally is leading the way with his space marines, my guardsmen are going to be bringing up the rear to offer support. I see this Lictor Alpha coming in over here, and I'm going to hit them with shotgun blast, and my Catachans are going to dive in there and start tearing away at these Tyranids. Catachans very powerful in melee. The force commander does go down, but my Catachans do force back this Hormagawn brood over here. My force commander, Inquisitor, sort of duking it out with this Lictor Alpha over here, but the Chaos Marines are coming into melee range with the heretics, suppressing my whole army over here. Lots of guardsmen exploding. My guardsmen are retreating right now, but we do have some units in the fray, and my Catachans are jumping in, duking it out with these heretics in close quarter combat. Inquisitor coming in to help out as well. Catachans not getting the better until the plague champion comes over with mucus discharge. My Catachans are extremely tough, and they do manage to wipe out the entire heretic squad while taking one casualty. So now this plague champion is in a world of trouble, getting really hammered by the hammer of the witches and getting meleeed away by my Catachans. And as he's retreating, my I do try to hit him with grenade blast, but he gets pummeled with shotguns. So we did manage to win that little engagement. So I'm just gonna pick up J. Carl's little force commander over here while my Catachans cap this point. Meanwhile, Seraky is in a bit of he's retreating over here with the Eldar putting pressure on the middle. A bit of a stalemate now. We do have the enemy capping this wreck point, so that's going to hurt our requisition income just a wee bit. I think the force commander is going to duck back for a bit to recap that point while I hold the center. I've upgraded my Catachans with the Demo Man, so now they have 8-man squad. If I can put the Sarge there, it'll be a 9-man squad and fairly formidable. And now I have my full strength guardsman squads coming out, and J. Carl is moving forward as well, having reinforced this army. So I'm going to put a bomb over here. Catachan improvised explosive device just to troll some poor fellow who is going to stand on that and get blown to smithereens. You know, Seraky has reign of the middle and the south. His Chaos Marines setting up with some Chaos Havocs over here, but we do have the Eldar player coming up north over here. We do spot this entire red team is storming forward over here, and my Inquisitor does get pulled away, but I do manage to get some of my troops in a position, and there's some good cover over here, but I do hit these guys with shotgun blasts to give our guys an opening, and our entire army is forced to retreat over here because we were outflanked and seriously getting gangbanged over there. So but I don't think we took too many casualties, so that was quite fortunate. I did have this bomb over here. I think I probably forgot about it. I have upgraded my dead Inquisitor with the Holy Pyre or whatever, that flaming mace that she carries. Yeah, I think they did spot that bomb. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to detonate it in time. So now these two Banshees are having a field day with our power generators. Very bad for us. Seraky, not much he can do against this giant horde over here, but he is holding his position. I think he's going to try and set up his Havocs over here. He does set them up. They are getting pummeled though, so, but they are going to suppress this whole blob over here, getting flanked. But now they're getting suppressed themselves by ranged warrior brood. So these Chaos Havocs have to get on out of that before they take too many casualties. The Heretic's just going to suppress this Hormagawn brood to cover the retreat, so a good use of Heretic suicide explosive there. But we have completely lost his gen combo here, but now we are coming back in force over here. Guardsmen and Catachans leading the way. Plague Champion fully upgraded once again using his Mucus Discharge. Dead Mouse investing very heavily in tier 1, getting Havoc's double Chaos Tax, and fully upgrading his Plague Champion, so he has a lot of staying power and is probably one of the toughest heroes on field at the moment. So we are just coming forward here, gonna hit these guys with everything we have, but we do have the Chaos and the Eldar player on field at the moment. My Guardian getting hit by Warp Blast over here. Assault Marines jumping in, double Assault Marines against double Banshees with the heroes mixing it up. A huge chaotic mess. Force Commander has a chainsaw and shield and giving his men a much needed defense boost. Now my Catachans are jumping in, forcing melee, hitting all these guys with shotgun blasts everywhere. These Banshees are a bit surrounded, overextended. Gonna jump in and melee them, help out the Assault Marines, and one Banshee squad goes down. The other Banshee squad, I think, no, other Banshee squad is still in there, and I don't think they're gonna get away. So yes, we did manage to wipe out 2 Banshee squads in that assault over there. And now my whole army suppressed over here. But the Assault Marines do jump in the fray. I do hit the Heavy Bolter Havoc with Hammer of the Witches, stunning him. So even though we are 3 victory points, I did lose a Guardsman squad in that fray. So lots of casualties being dished on all sides. Seraky is the first to hit tier 2, but now we are gaining back control of the north, and we're gonna start destroying their power nodes, taking them back and kind of here. You know, Seraky is pushing forward over here. His tier 2 army hasn't fully been upgraded yet, but he's starting to worship, so his force command as Chaos Lord will be much faster and speedier and killier. Just bursting through that wall, and his Tyranid army doesn't have much that can stop him. So he's just gonna start capping, but as soon as he turns around, they're gonna start shredding him and whittling his health away. But he is using Let the Galaxy Burn with his Combine Flamer, and he is starting to flame them. So with this blob of Tyranids, but now we have concentrated fire from the Eldar player and gonna force this little Chaos Lord back. And I do have this IAD set up between these power nodes, and I do set it off, doing lots of damage to one of the power nodes, and we're just gonna finish it off with some bolt of fire. But now the Chaos player is coming back in force, so we are gonna have to pull on out of there. So using a bit of staggered retreat pattern over here, but Seraky doing his best to hold the line over here, but getting a bit double teamed, but still doing very well. His Chaos Marines are extremely tough and can shrug off a lot of punishment, but we do have Wave Guard on the field, so they're gonna really lay some hurt down on these Chaos Marines, so they're gonna have to bail on out of there. But Seraky is still reasonably strong position in the center. I'm pulling out a second Guardsman squad to replace the one I lost. Guardsmen are quite cheap, and you can afford to lose a couple of squads. I'm going to use this requisition to pump out some new power nodes over here. So now most players are starting to hit tier 2. So a bit of a lot in the combat over here. I think Seraky is getting really ganged up on. Strong push by all red team players through the center over here. I am coming out of Manticore, so seeing as the red team is focusing on efforts, we're going to take this opportunity to wreck the generators. Unfortunately, there's only one generator, and as I'm moving out, I do spot this whole horde of enemies over here, and I do signal to my teammate, and I think he is gonna back on out of there. But I do fire off a grenade blast, and I do hurl the entire most of the Chaos army back, give my ally time to react. And now my Guardsmen are lending their fire support as well, but then we are a bit horribly outnumbered over here, and we do have tons and tons of havoc going on over here. These heretics in a bit of a bad position, sort of getting pummeled a bit over here. I'm not sure where my Catachans are, I can't even see them. Catachans sort of lending fire support, pummeling away. We have the Assault Space Marines duking out, but one of them is taking a lot of damage. We have grenades going off everywhere, with scouts lending grenade support. Force Commander being an indomitable force over here with his chainsaw and shield, making it very hard to kill him. And now I'm going to force melee of these Chaos Havocs, and I get them both with my Catachans. These Assault Marines ducking out of there from concentrated fire from the Eldar. I'm going to have to bail on out of there. But now we have not much happening over here. But I do have a Manticore barrage coming in at this point. So I'm going to start hitting these Wave Guard with my artillery barrages over here. And I do nail this Guardian squad, so forcing back the majority of the Eldar army with my Manticore barrage over here. But we do have the Plague Champion sword resurrecting dead units over here. So that's just adding some support, but that dead Space Marine just sort of exploded like a ripe fruit there. You know, we do have Seraky duking out with these Tyranids. His Bloodletter's leading the way. Bloodletter sort of falling back to get healed by the Chaos Heretics. We do have a pretty formidable Tyranid army here against a pretty formidable Chaos army led by Seraky. Hold on. So now we have Seraky and Verinoxx charging forward in force. Both teams charging in. We have Heretics starting to worship, which will make the Bloodletters extremely hard to kill and give them a speed boost. But we do have a squad of Gene Stealer Brood lurking in the shadows over here. Not sure what they're going to be doing. And we do have these Chaos Marines being upgraded with a Mark Khorne, so a very Khorne orientated army over here. Meanwhile, speaking of Khorne Marines, Danger Mouse has upgraded his army to have his Chaos Marines to have dual Chaos Chain Axes, and there's actually going to be precious little this small strike team of Chaos troops. There's precious little I can do to stop them. They come in, I was caught a bit unawares, and my grenade blast sort of bugged. No, it didn't bug, I managed to send them off, but that was the most I could do. I did hit this Chaos Heretic squad with a Manticore Barrage, but Aspiring Champion managed to survive. So my whole army is put in retreat there by the sudden charge of the Chaos Marines over there, and at this point I realized I need some suppression, so I have a heavy weapons team coming out over here. But now they have a free shot at our power generators, and we have a huge mess going on over here in the center with Seraky and J-Cow duking out his dual ASMs, just jumping around everywhere, tearing into everything. And Seraky has his I think Seraky has retreated the bulk of his forces over here, but he has double attacks and attack Marine squad and a Havoc squad jumping forward, and we do have J-Cow microing his assault marines quite well, keeping casualties to a bare minimum. And we do have these phase shift bloodletters sort of wandering about. They're gonna have to try and get out of there before they get pummeled. They are retreating, but these Banshees will not let up. These Banshees are gonna give chase to them, but I think they're gonna get on out of there just fine. Meanwhile, I did have a heavy border squad suppressing over here, and this Chaos Marine squad was forced back, taking a single casualty, but I think the Aspiring Champion is still alive, so all is good on their side. So I'm pumping up these power generators again, and we do have these Chaos Marines. J-Cow's force commander did go down. The Warlock does have Warp Pro gloves, so he is hurling all these fine gentlemen around over here, but now we do have a Havoc offering covering fire, which is forcing back this Elder squad over here, but I think they're just going to duck back into the webway gate and vanish from sight. So Seraky just gaining back central map control for our team over here, and J-Cow and I are once again pushing up north again, and we will be met with the force of Danger Mouse, who is attacking the tier 3. But we do have a huge force of Tyranids massing in the center over here, so Seraky's army, tough as it is, will have quite a fight on his hands with this huge combined force over here, and especially since these Havocs have not set up properly yet. And now we do have the Elder army jumping in as well out of this webway gate, so now Seraky is being doubled 2-1, and we do have J-Cow storming in over here. I am luring these heretics in, and we're gonna just absolutely swarm them from all sides and just rip these heretic squad apart. So now Danger Mouse has taken a fair amount of casualties, but Seraky did take, I think he lost his Carter squad there as well, and now my Manticore, which was trying to offer support, is gonna have to bail on out of there. Is offering some fire support with his heavy border, but is doing pretty negligible damage. Meanwhile, Seraky is diving in over here, getting hit by frag grenades. I do see these Chaos Marines diving in as well, and I'm going to try and move forward to offer some support. I'm a little slow at this point, but Seraky, J-Cow doing very well to force back the enemy, and my Inquisitor has been armed with Holy Brazier, and I'm going to plant a pillar of fire down over here on this whole Tyranid blob over here. So this whole Tyranid blob is sort of trapped here. I'm going to hit these guys back with a shotgun blast right here, and boom, and throwing them all back into the fire, and we do have squad wipes all over the place, and a whole section of the Tyranid army has gone down. The Gene Stealers have gone down, and now these Chaos Marines are taking lots of damage and going to have to be forced back. We do have these Wraith Guard hammering my weapons team over here, so we're going to have to force them back. But I am calling in weapons, Manticore Barrage over here, hitting these Wraith Guard all over the place, and Assault Marines are coming in to follow up in the wake of the destruction left behind by my Manticore Barrage, but these Assault Marines are pretty banged up. And now we have my Catachans duking it out with the Warlock, and my Catachans are going to get the better of him, but now with the arrival of these Chaos Space Marines and with supporting fire from these Guardians, I'm going to have to get on out of there before I take too many casualties. So lots of heavy action all over the place. Game still very up in the air, although the red team does have the advantage in victory points at the moment. Although the red team, having done better to protect their power generators and hammer our generators, is hitting tier 3 while we are all at tier 2, but at the moment we have caused lots of casualties to them, so game is still pretty much in the air in my opinion. And Seraky getting hammered from all sides, but not giving an inch of ground nonetheless, with his Chaos Marines, Heretics and Bloodletters jumping into the fray and tearing into these ranged Tyranids. I do accidentally call in a Manticore Barrage on him. I didn't think he'd get in there that quickly, but I did. It did hit the peripherals, and his Bloodletters were sort of hammered. I did apologize for that, but I did manage to kill a couple of Tyranids to no losses to him. So thankfully I didn't call it in on his Heretic squad. He would have been pretty mad if I did that. Probably wasn't. I probably should have tried to call it down on his Gen farm, but I didn't do that. We do have a Galaxy Burn on this whole Tyranid army here, forcing them back before they take too many casualties, and the generators is having pretty damaged. And now the Eldar have jumped up behind Seraky out of this webway gate, so catching his Havocs unawares, but the Chaos Marines with their chain axes are not relenting. They are going to turn to these Guardians over here, and the Chaos Lord arriving. These Banshees are going to have to get out of there using their Banshee Howl to suppress the Chaos. So these Banshees are just going to have to duck in here real fast with the arrival of this Chaos Lord and his Corn reading Chaos Marines. They do spot this webway gate and are laying into it with their chain axes to wreck it out. Meanwhile, me and J-Cow are pushing forward. Pretty much everyone is hitting tier 3 right now, and Kyn is putting a D-cannon team, so that will really be able to lay down the herd of it again, get some good shots off. Meanwhile, I do have my weapons team providing good covering fire, and we do have J-Cow setting up a heavy border squad over here. But we do have Eldar coming in over here. I do spot this, and so this is sort of hammering this Devastator squad right now. This Devastator squad is in trouble. My heavy border is not finding them, but I am suppressing this heavy weapon squad. But the warp throw does hurl my heavy weapon squad aside over here. But we do have an orbital bombardment coming in by J-Cow. Not really catching much over here, but I think it will do some good damage to this webway gate. I do have a Manticore Barrage coming in here. My guards are taking lots of damage. My Manticore Barrage not doing much, not failing to kill a single Guardian, and we have lost some ground over here, and J-Cow has lost his Devastator Marines. He lost his Tactical Marines somewhere, I can't really remember. My Inquisitor just knocked back this Warlock and is holding back, but J-Cow jumping in with his Assault Space Marines to provide some good land support, and I am jumping in here to offer some hasty support with my Bane Wolf over here to spew some bile over at these guys. But I have to be careful of this Wraith Guard over here, so I'm just keeping back quite tentatively over here. Meanwhile, Verinoxx did manage to push forward quite far over here, but Seraky is pushing forward. He is cranking out Chaos Predator. Danger Mouse is pulling out a Greater Unclean on, and we do have a Swarm Lord coming out, so we have all the elite tier 3 units coming out. I probably should have saved up for a Lehman Russ battle tank, but I was a bit hasty in offering support, so I probably shouldn't have called down that Bane Wolf. Infiltrated Stormtroopers might have been a good choice instead of that Bane Wolf over there. But saying that, we do have a pretty strong position, and I did lose a Guardsman squad, so my army not huge, but not terrible either. I'm putting out a second Guardsman squad. Not sure if it's worth it all in all, but I needed some extra numbers to bulk up my forces, and we do have a huge Chaos Force over here. I am going to start hitting it with the Poisonous Discharge. I can't remember what it's called, as we do set up our troops over here. So my Manticore Barrage did nail the Heretic squad over here, and now these guys are getting caught in a crossfire and are going to have to be pulled on out of there. They did take some severe casualties. I think that Heretic squad was completely nailed. But now we have the Eldar players storming in over here. These Banshees diving in to hammer my Bane Wolf, but they are taking lots of damage. Catachan's forcing them back over here, and heavy weapon squad hitting them, and the Banshees might not escape. Inquisitor giving chase. I think they're gonna get on out of there. Meanwhile, Warp Throw hurling all my dudes aside. My heavy weapon squad getting out of there before they get hammered by a grenade, and my Bane Wolf is hammering about all over here. But we do have the Great Unclean One on the field. Assault Marine trying to give chase to this Wraith Guard over here, but not doing much. Actually doing quite a lot of damage. Yes, they do bring down that Wraith Guard and escape on out of there, and we do have an Eldritch Storm being pulled in over here, causing lots of damage. Was it an Eldritch Storm? I can't tell, but it did some good damage. And now we have a D-Cannon team offering some fantastic fire support and causing tons of damage, really giving a lot of my units over here. I am calling down a full Manticore Barrage on this Great Unclean One, scoring some direct hits, sort of Great Unclean One just gonna waddle on out of there. And this was Commander taking a ton of damage, and he is gonna get eaten alive by this Great Unclean One, so he just gets picked up and hauled away like a little broken toy. So now we're in a little bit of trouble here. I'm putting out Leman Russ at long last. I arm my what do you call it, my heavy weapons team with Las Cannon to deal with this fat pig over here. And I'm not sure where that Swarm Lord is. That Swarm Lord is on the field. I think it has been the reason why Seraky has been forced to pull back, but he has his Predator on the field, but he's gonna have to be quite careful. But we do have everyone pushing up north. Verinoxx very strong central position over here, and we do have the Greater Unclean One pushing forward. My heavy weapon squad is getting hammered by his autocannon team over here, so we're gonna have to draw on out there. So this autocannon team will cause some pretty significant damage to my dudes over here, but we are going to push forward nonetheless. We have to. We have no choice. My Bane Wolf probably inching forward a bit too far over here, but causing some good AOD damage to these guys. But we do have the Banshees jumping in over here a bit overextended, and we do have a Predator bringing in some fire. I'm calling down a Manticore Barrage. Down goes my Bane Wolf. Manticore Barrage not doing much, unfortunately. We do have my Leman Russ Battle Cannon causing lots of damage to these Chaos Space Marines, and they are getting assailed, so they are suppressed and trapped. But one of the Chaos Space Marines does go down, and we do have my Las Cannon team getting some good shots off on the Good Unclean One with the snaring in front of the Las Cannon, and we do have Assault Space Marines jumping around everywhere, hammering these guys over here. But that D Cannon team is causing lots of damage to all our guys. It's difficult for us to push forward because it's offering some great covering fire and forcing the Assault Space Marines back over here. Now my Leman Russ is going to push forward a bit unsupported over here. This Wave Guard potentially a big problem over here. Las Cannon trying to cause some good damage, but unfortunately this Predator has his rear armor presented as taking autocannon fire, so that is not a good thing. My down goes the Predator tank, and I'm calling down a Manticore Barrage on these cultists over here, causing lots of damage over here. My Inquisitor getting pulled away, and we do have the Swarmer and the Carnifex taking the field. So now we have all the super heavies on this team over here. I'm calling down an artillery bombardment over here. Strafing rockets run, hammering all these guys over here, causing tons of damage, scattering these guys all over the place. But his shrine is just reinforcing all these cultists, so that's not causing some permanent damage over here. And this Carnifex, it has the Venom Cannon and is causing lots of damage to my Leman Russ over here. I almost bring down the Swarm Lord with my entrenched Las Cannon team. I'm trying to pursue with my Leman Russ here, but the Battle Cannon is not fantastic, and I overextended my Leman Russ over here. And horribly overextended, and I realized my mistake too late, and the Wave Guard get their shots up, and down goes my Leman Russ, so big problem for me over there. And now my teammates J Cow and Seraky mainly pushing forward by getting flanked by the Carnifex. His Predator is in trouble over here, and meeting the full force of the Tyranid army, forcing back the Tyranid army, but down goes the Chaos Predator. I'm trying to offer support to my Manticore, doing what damage I can, but it's quite limited, sort of moved out of view, and this Great Unclean One just getting healed, very annoying. Precious little my guys can do over here, because that D-Cannon team is being very annoying, causing lots of damage. I am hammering it with my Las Cannon team, but these Chaos Space Marines are coming in to ruin the party, and hitting them with a shotgun blast is pretty much all my Catachans can do against them. And with the arrival of these guys, it's time to get on out of there. I do have covering fire with 2 squads of Plasma Gun Imperial Guardsmen, but I think this is all she wrote. So despite some grievous losses inflicted on the red team, they managed to recover very well. And yeah, I didn't play my best this round, but my teammates played very well. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this Christmas special. It was a very fun game, even though I lost. I never like losing, but oh well, what can you do? Ho ho, Merry Christmas anyway. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this, and hope you guys had a great Christmas and New Year, and I'll see you guys next time. Thongger out.